Hi Aquarius, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. So lovely to be here with you guys today. I hope you're doing well. And so please like and subscribe, and let's find out what Archangel Michael knows you need to know. All right, today for your reading, there we are. Take stock of your achievements. Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Two little birds, like lovebirds, I think, or something. Card number 36, that adds up to 9, which is a finish number, finishing something. So take stock of your achievements. So you finish something, and it's about you being able to stand back and say, look what I've done. Look what I've done, and be proud of yourself. Feeling accomplished, right? Very good. All right, let's get some Major Arcana. Major Arcana. The Emperor. Yeah, that's energy of someone who accomplishes, because he's always, that energy is always doing something, leading the way, taking charge and taking control. Beautiful energy, Aquarius. Beautiful, strong energy. Let's see what we can clarify the Emperor with. Oh, and I'll read the Winnie the Pooh message on that card. We have strength. Yeah. Oh, these three cards go really well. Quite lovely together. Aquarius. So what we have got in here is, I'm not asking anybody, said Eeyore. I'm just telling everybody, we can look for the North Pole, or we can play Here We Go Gathering Nuts in May with the end part of an ant's nest. It's all the same to me. Structure, stability, rules, and power. Those are the key words. Structure, stability, rules, and power. So you've faced your demons, basically, your ego, which is fears. Okay, you faced your fears. You are facing your fears. Probably faced some of them already, and you have put them to rest. The fears, meaning you found some healing by dispelling the lies about what those fears were, what they meant to you. Because anything that we're afraid of is not our truth, because we are truth, and so truth can't have lies. Truth can't have fears. So we are truth, which is the spirit of the divine, right? Truth. Love. We're truth, love, strength. We are everything good, confident. We are capable. We are skilled. We are leaders, and we are trust and faith. That's what we are. All good things. There is no such thing as a lie within us. It's only whatever we tell ourselves. Or someone else has told you, but you've taken it on as something that seems like it could be plausible for you, could be real to you, it could be your truth to you, that you believe it. But it doesn't mean just because we believe something that it's true. So it looks like you're getting past that. Crossroads. Okay, card 22, which is a master number. All right. So crossroads. Wonderful. So crossroads is like card number, or in the tarot, 2 of Wands, right? Standing at a crossroads, needing to make a decision as to which way you're going to go. What way is calling you to your highest self, your best version of who you are in this world. Okay, so this doesn't have to be relationship related, but it could be anything, any area of life. And what we got for areas of life is all types of relationships, okay? So that's family, friends, co-workers, strangers, and of course romantic, right? And then there is job, work, career, and education. That's another area of life. And then there's health, and then there's finances, okay? Money. So what we got here? we've got the Seven of Swords. Yep, it's a Seven of Swords energy. Sneaky, deceptive, but also can be altruistic. Meaning, with the story of the Seven of Swords lad who's stealing the swords and running off with them, he's trying to prevent further bloodshed, you know, war, fighting, or just prevent a fight from even starting between two warring factions, right? Let's see, we have, oh, another 7. Divine numbers, huh? Okay. We have got the 7 of Cups. Pardon me. I was just looking at the other cards. But this is the 7 of Cups. So, she, amongst all these ladies here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, counting you, are holding up a cup. She's holding a baby, and the rest of them are holding up a cup. This one's like Iron Man as an option. I don't know if you can tell. So, it's like a bodybuilder, Iron Man. Then clouds, I think. Clouds is another one. And it's very hard to see what the other one is. There's like a flag, like a red flag, or just a finishing flag as one, and a flame as another. So desire, or is there's a man in it? I can't tell. It's just all too small and not really distinct pictures. Okay, but 7 of Cups. You got 7, 7 here. So 7 of Cups is like living in fantasy land. It's about fantasizing about something, about all the opportunities, all the options that you have in front of you. It's kind of like, oh, I'm not making a decision just yet, and I feel a little overwhelmed because there's so much available to me. But not every single cup that's offered to you is something that is really to your benefit. It could be to your detriment. So you kind of have to be discerning. You have to look at it and say, which one of these cups is not like the other? You know, which one of these cups is not good for me? Which one of these cups is my best, is my highest opportunity, best opportunity to pursue, to move towards, to accomplish, to achieve. So taking stock of your achievements as the Emperor, you know, in that strength energy, Emperor in the strength energy, which, you know, the Emperor is already in the strength energy, but you've got the strength energy that is clarifying this. So it could have meant that you were holding yourself back from achieving something, like, you know, kind of like Eeyore. Eeyore is like Eeyore, you know, he's never too enthusiastic about doing anything, and you know, he just kind of plods along, and everything's kind of like, you know, negative. Oh, is me. You know, I'm not saying you were, but this is the energy of Eeyore. So he had to step into his big Eeyore shoes and become the emperor of his kind, in my story, okay? So he found the courage and the strength from within to be able to look the, you know, the whatever that thing is, some really archaic archaeological fish that you wouldn't see nowadays. It's got long teeth, and that man, whatever he is, he's kind of creepy looking too, he's sticking his face in this fish's mouth, like the woman does with the lion's mouth, right, in the other strength cards. So he's facing his demons, and he's overcoming his fears, and therefore he's no longer holding back. He's finding the strength and the courage to move forward, to step into his big Eeyore shoes and continue achieving things in life, knowing that when he looks back, when you look back, Aquarius, you can see all that you've already done. You've done so much, so why stop now? Unless you're 97 years old, but even then, Even then, if you're feeling the call to do something, to accomplish something, then you answer the call, right? You've already been answering the call many times. Why not answer it now? So maybe I'm getting the sense here is what, and this often happens, that when I'm talking about something, Archangel Michael injects. And that's where I say or maybe, then I start thinking you're facing a crossroads right now. And the divine is trying to point out to you that you have been so successful and even maybe not even about being successful, but all the challenges that you've taken on in your life, all the obstacles and the mountains you've leaped over, you haven't let things get in the way to become a hindrance to you, to be limiting your movements forward, your ability to succeed in something. Even if you haven't completely succeeded in it, but you're on your way, you're on the path, you're on the journey to succeeding in a particular area of your life. Could be career, and it could be finances, trying to build up some kind of really nice nest egg for you and your family. Finances, having some kind of either emergency fund or a fund just to say, I've got this retirement money, I got this retirement money so that when I retire, I am going to be set well. I'm not going to have to worry about pinching my pennies so much. You will, as a senior citizen without an income, you will still need to watch how you spend, but basically at that time in life, we're not really looking to obtain any more, like, buying and going on vacations and this, that, and the other thing. We usually have everything that we need already and want already. That would be the ideal, okay? If it was an ideal world. But the thing about it is that because you'd be living on a pension from whatever you've been able to put towards from working, with your 401k, with your IRA, all these are the things for the United States and even Canada. But you have been socking money away. Let's say that's your financial area of life that you have been working hard towards building up. Then it's kind of like you're maybe facing some issue where your money is not really building up for you, like growing to the extent that maybe you're, let's say, a market fund manager had talked to you about, or your accountant has mentioned. Maybe even at the bank might say, you've got a whole lot of your money in such and such type account where you're getting 1% interest. We have this other account that is more like, if you don't touch it, if you keep it at a certain balance, you'll get 5% interest. And you're thinking, this doesn't really interest me. It's no big deal. Everything's just good the way it is, and I'm okay with that. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Come on, Aquarius. You have been kind of chasing the energy of the Fool, achieving things, right? Take stock of your achievements. 9 achievements is finally achieving something. Take stock of all that you've done already, and don't just shut yourself down now. Just because you might be 63 years old, don't just say, oh, I'm a senior citizen now, I'm 63 years old, I'm not going to take those kind of risks. The divine is saying, talk to somebody who you can trust and go at it moderately. Don't just take it all out of that account and plunk it into something else. Just like every month, ask the bank to automatically withdraw so much money from that account to this account. Start building that account up. That could be an answer, a solution, okay? But it's about that. So that's your financial area of life. If it has to do with career, work career, it's, again, you might be being asked to take on a more responsible role in your company, in this company that you're working for for it maybe to work till you retire from this company where you've been working maybe 35 years with them or more. But they want you to take on maybe the role of a district manager where you'll have so many sites under your responsibility. And you might be looking at it and saying, you know what, that's a whole lot of travel for me. And I don't know if I really want to travel that much. And I'm not really sure I want that many people, under me, having to manage under me, to keep track of, and to make sure that they are always in the mind of building profit for the company. Like babysitting people, right? And so you might not want to step up to the challenge. But again, it's like, wait a minute here, Aquarius. Haven't you been stepping up to the challenge? Haven't you, but you must be comfortable with it. You must be sitting in the energy of, I'm okay with taking on a challenge. That's kind of what I thrive for. I'm not the type of person who puts a whole lot of emotion into things. I put a whole lot of thought and energy of let's just see how we can talk our way through this. I don't know, whatever. But the thing about it, the bottom line is that you're standing at a crossroads right now, and you're kind of got the brakes on, like digging your heels in the dirt when someone's trying to pull you forward a bit. And you're kind of reticent or refusing to, or just scared about doing it, or you're still talking to people about it but not actually making a decision about it one way or the other. And the divine is trying to prompt you with this tarot card reading, I should say, that you are an emperor. You've already achieved so much in your life. You are a take charge, take control, a leading type of energy, that you are always achieving something. You built your own empire. You built the companies as an empire. You built your finances as an empire too. You built relationships that are your own empire. If you think about having how you feel about being your home, right? Being your sanctuary. That's kind of like a relationship you have. Relationships that you've built with different people, family, friends, co-workers, management, whatever. All of those people could be like, you have built an empire with them, so you feel safe. Like it's your support network. It's a safe haven for you. You feel good in it. You feel good in all those relationships. You feel like you've got your own community, and that you're central to that community. You're very important. Yes, so let's keep going. We've got the Four of Pentacles, okay? That's you trying to hold back, hold on to whatever it is that you got. And again, if it's finances, it would be something like, okay, I got my account over here that's, it's earning 1% interest. I'm okay with that. I'll hold on to that. I'll hold on to that. I don't need to put it in this other account that I have to make sure there's always like $3,000 in there, and then I'll get 5% interest. It's like I've already got $10,000 in here, but you're growing 1% interest on $10,000. I don't know how that works with what the difference, the comparison would be if you needed $3,000 in your. Why not? If you're keeping $10,000 in here pretty much at all times, and I keep saying this, well, this is your $10,000 account. $10,000 in here. Why not take $3,000 or even $4,000? What about $5,000? And put it in that account where you need to keep the balance at $3,000. You already got this one at $10,000. Keep this one at $3,000. Or you're keeping it at $3,000, but you got $4,000 or $5,000 in it, but you're earning 5% interest as opposed to earning just 1% interest on 10% or $10,000. Just kind of like looking at the pros and cons, or just the comparisons, right? And that's what the divine's asking you to just let go of holding on so tightly to what you've got now, because you've achieved a lot, right? holding on to that and saying, I've worked so hard, I've taken so many risks, and I've overcome so many challenges that it's mine now. Like, I'm hanging on to it, you know. No one's going to take this baby away from me, you know. But by clutching onto something so tight, Aquarius, that means your mind is closing down instead of opening up to possibilities, opportunities, right? And so, like, she's hanging on to that baby for dear life here. Because, you know, that's what we do with our babies. We hold on to them tight enough, not too tight, but tight enough that we don't drop them, right? So you're being asked to open, like, to release your grasp, your grip on whatever it is that you're at a crossroads with, okay? Release the grip of feeling like it'd be too much for you to release your grip in this area of your life for a moment. You know, just considering, should I, but I don't feel like I should. But should I? I still don't feel like I should. You know, it's like back and forth kind of stuff. We have the Queen of Swords. Now, this is somebody that holds on not tightly. And she does a little bit tightly. It's like Aquarius. This is like you, right? You have your energy of air, right? Aquarius, you are like, you seek the truth, you want the truth, you speak the truth, you this, that, and the other thing, truth. But at the same time, you're flexible enough to kind of have a gray area. Where was the King of Swords, it's black and white, and there's no middle ground, there's no gray. You are a gray area person as well. Not all the time. Most of the time you want that black or white. But if there are certain mitigating circumstances or situations where the gray area needs to be considered, you're willing to do that. You're like this, like, okay, come forward and you tell me what it is I need to know to be able to make a discerning decision on something. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Yes, Eight of Cups. Very good. That's you deciding to eat. Well, it's either you deciding to walk away from even being at the crossroads, so like putting it away and saying, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not going to consider another option. I'm just not going to. Or you're walking away from the decision to be sitting at a crossroads by making a decision. We have the Magician. Well, that's what it is then. It's you making the decision to walk away from standing at a crossroads. Not because you just don't want to make a decision, and so therefore you're not even going to look at considering something else. It's because you have that other consideration and you're deciding to make a decision to go one way or the other. And in this case, you're going this way. You're going to move forward with your Magician energy, which is very much like the Emperor energy. You have all the resources you need, and the Emperor definitely has all the resources they need because they have an empire after all, their own army and all that sort of stuff, right? And like I was talking about the community where you feel like you have achieved in relationships, where you've got great relationships, great rapport with so many different people, that you feel and you become a central part of that particular community. And you're so embedded in it that you just feel, it feels like home to you. And it could be actually your neighborhood, which is your home, your community. But I think it's more outreach than that. So, the Magician, you are going to be striking up some kind of manifestation with all the resources that you have available to you. And believe me, with you being in the Emperor energy, with the strength and courage you have to move mountains, to overcome obstacles, this is kind of like become secondhand to you, like not secondhand, but second nature to you, where it's easy, it's simple enough to do, because you already been manifesting like crazy all along up until this very reading. And then we have the Two of Swords. Well, there we were talking about how you had to make a decision. You're making the decision. I said that there's no gray area with the King of Swords, but the Queen of Swords does. She can make a decision, even considering the gray areas. And this is what you're doing, is you are now getting off the fence, because you have everything you need, including the courage to do so, to no longer stand at crossroads, to actually be deciding to go that way. And I don't know why I always choose, when I do my reading, I always choose that this way is the way you've been, or a way that's not going to benefit you. This way to the right is always the way, for me, seems to be moving forward. So I guess that's why I always do that. But yeah, you're moving forward. You're going to be unfolding your arms from trying to protect what you have that you've been trying to hold on to. Yeah, and you're putting down confusion, overwhelming because of all the opportunities, right? Putting away your fantasy and actually living it in a reality by making a decision, choosing something and living it in reality. The Seven of Swords here, again, it's just like you have been trying to mediate or ameliorate consequences or outcomes that would not be favorable to you, by making sure you're always ahead of the ball, I guess, head of the eight ball, yeah. On the pool table, you want to be ahead of the 8 ball, so right behind it. I don't know, but you're ahead of it. You're like miles before it, so that it's not like the chariot is in front of the horse. The horse is where it needs to be, in front of the chariot. So you can really hit the ground running, because you have gotten all the information you need. You've had all the practice in being an achiever. You have accomplished so many things that why wouldn't I try and accomplish this one too? It's like you're not going to back down from another challenge. Your challenge, your solution to it is just to make it a challenge that the other person doesn't succeed in, because you're taking taking the ball and running with it, saying you're taking the ball and running with it. In this case, it's on the cards, it's swords, but you're actually taking whatever it is, but the bull by the horns, and going with it, riding it off into the sunset, right? You're being very courageous in doing that. You don't let the enemy, which would be your competitor, so in employment, so in education, so in finances, somebody getting the edge over you. You're not going to allow that. So that's why you've been so successful in achieving things, is because you just take action when you see it's necessary to do so. And you're the type of person who will see these things before someone else will see them. So it's kind of, you get the jump on it already. You have that insight, or that trader mind, the traders, for money traders, what I'm talking about, investment traders. Yeah, you got that trader mind where you kind of, it's not necessary that you see in the future, but you just get those nudges, those hunches, whatever, that it's time to act, even before anyone else is thinking about it. And you've got the Eight of Pentacles here, getting focused, deciding you've made a decision. Now you're going to be making a decision to get off the fence and to put yourself out there again, be a little bit more vulnerable, because you're taking the swords out from being in front of your chest, right? Your heart, from opening up yourself to becoming vulnerable, because you're going to remove the blindfold and say, okay, what do I got to look at here? Because I've got work to do. I got to master something. I got to achieve. I'm busy achieving. I am creating. I'm making pentacles, or in this case, it's like shields for the Vikings. I think it's Vikings. I'm not sure. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, let's talk about the Eight of Swords in a moment. The Strength card, that's a big thing for you. Like she's talking to a polar bear. The polar bear is like the fiercest animal on the planet. The fiercest. But being white, very, very pure. Then Death. Yeah. Wow, okay. And then they're all like, Skull! You know, this is the 10 of Cups. Skull, Vikings, right? They lift their little horns, you know, their hollowed out horns that they drink from. And they go, Skull, right? Because they're drinking some kind of ale. Yep, that is Happily Ever After. Back of the deck, we have got you sitting there going, la di da da da, look what else I've accomplished. And you know, there's always going to be another incoming challenge. So you're going to sit there and you're looking very pleased with yourself and happy, sitting in your strength and confidence, right? Like the Emperor on your throne saying, I've achieved something else. I've done it again. And because you know another one's going to come in for you to have to consider or to want to consider. Then we have the Eight of Wands. Well, there you go. There's some information. There's some communication of something else coming towards you. With the Two of Wands, that you're going to be at another crossroads again. And we got the Five of Swords, that you're going to do whatever you need to do in order to make things happen for you in your life. You know, you're going to be sabotaging your idea of staying at the crossroads. You're going to do it, right? Hangman, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of, what's that one? Five of what? Well, I think it's Five of Wands. No, Five of Pentacles. It's Five of Pentacles, pardon me. So, and then the Emperor right there again. Your energy again. Wow. Three of Swords, yeah. I would say, yeah, we don't need the Emperor to come out again because we know already that you're standing in the Emperor energy. You may still need to be reminded of that when this Two of Wands time comes around again for you. But the Hangman, that's where you're going to be. See, you're going to be seeing this in a different light now because of the reading of the advice, the divine's advice that you're getting right now through this reading is to like, go for it. Why stop now? Keep going. That's what you're here for. That's each one of us is here for. We're not here to just sit around and be armchair, excuse me, armchair astronauts. We're here to actually get out there and get in the rocket. Get in the rocket and fly. Go to the moon and step on the moon, conquer new worlds. You know, that kind of energy, right? Just stop being an armchair astronaut watching someone else do it from your armchair, from your comfy lazy boy armchair in your living room, the clicker. Yeah, so that's what we got here, guys. It's like you are going to be faced with more challenges coming in that are going to have your name written all over it, and you're going to know it because you're the type of person who has got your name written all over so many things already. You've got your finger in the pot, in many different pots, like this one here, the Seven of Cups. You got your finger in so many pots. It's kind of like, why would you stop now? Why would you be hesitating now? Why would you be feeling a little bit apprehensive or fearful now? Why? Why would you do that when you have been nothing but this go-getter, this I am going to do this even if it kills me kind of energy person? So it's just the divine is saying it's going to come back around again. You're going to have all this energy here, what we're talking about. We got the Eight of Swords. You're going to go back into, after putting some mastering energy. Remember, this is number 22. That's a master number. So you're mastering the energy of just like going for it, right? going for it, mastering the energy and creating some more shields, okay, or whatever it is that is calling to you to make or create, or to achieve, right? Because they're making something, and so they'll be rewarded from having created something, right? And then it's going to throw you into the Eight of Swords, because you're going to be going, okay, well, I've accomplished something again. I finished something again. Or I'm about to finish something, because the finishing something would be more like the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm about to finish something again. And then what? Then what? Am I going to sit in my armchair now? Or is that it? Is that going to be it? And so you've got you know it. Emperor knows it. He's got the intuition, like he's tapped into the divine, okay? The Empress and a lot of the queens and kings are also tapped into their intuition. You're going to know that your strength and courage is going to be called upon again. But again, you've already accomplished it from the fear that you had while you're standing at crossroads here. You've already said, you know what, I'm just going to, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to do it. Just going to do it. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I just got to do it. I just feel like I got to do it. So it's the same thing. You're going to go, am I really this courageous to be facing this very fierce animal right here, right now, like as though we're best friends? And you're saying, well, heck yeah, I am, because I put my head in this one. Why wouldn't I'm not putting my head in this one. I'm just kind of face to face, and we look very peaceful together. Yeah, it's kind of like, go for it that way, right? Death and transformation. It's like the death of holding back. The divine is saying, put that to an end. Keep going. Keep going. Transform your life again. Transform your life again. Again and again and again. And it's like Skull, it's like happily ever after. This could be like your community right here. The people that you feel like you're like their home or family to you, like not even necessarily family related to you in any way, shape, or form. But whatever you've got your finger in, it's like it's your life, it's your world, it's your experience. It's like your cauldron of potions, with the magician energy, your cauldron of potions. You're just creating with more and more pots that you've got your fingers in. So you can't stop now, Aquarius. You just can't stop now. You can take a break for sure. Again, this break is saying take stock of your achievements. So you're sitting back, maybe with a fine feathered friend, but there's two horses here, sitting back and saying, I've done well. Look, he's got his hands up behind his head, right? Relaxed, laying back against the tree. He's on his throne, like the emperor. He's achieved, and he knows it, and he's feeling really good about it. And he's counting all of his achievements down here. But he also knows, because it's the Four of Cups, that there's going to be another challenge coming around the corner for him. And guess what? You learn about it. With the Eight of Wands, someone contacts you and says, hey, I know you're still working on this, but aren't you almost finished that or finished achieving that? We got something else. You're going to go, okay, what is it? And then you'll be at crossroads again, but only for a tick. This was a minute. This is a tick, okay? Tick of the minute, right? And you're going to say, hey, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do whatever I have to do in order for me to put away the competition. Remember, you're the one who has this this innate sense of taking a jump on something, because you just feel like it's something worth pursuing before anyone else really registers in their brain. You get it like that, like now, and then you're going to sit back. You're not going to sit back, but you're going to be looking at it from all different angles, different perspectives, saying, how can I make this even better, right? How can I make this even better? And then what are you going to do? As the Knight of Pentacles always does, they cross the finish line. Like the turtle crosses the finish line, but he does it very slowly. He does things methodically, and I believe that this is probably your energy. Aquarius, that you do for most part, especially when it's something that's really involved or something that's really risque or whatever. You actually you do things with methodically, like you have a structure in place, you have a plan. Maybe it's like a budget. It has to do with building up your finances. We're putting money away to buy another house or to buy an investment property, stuff like that. Okay, so whatever it is, you're going to achieve again, because the turtle crosses the finish line. The Knight of Pentacles is the energy that goes slow and methodical but always achieves. They are a winner. There is somebody that kind of energy, you can trust it. You can trust that energy, and you can know that this energy is going to succeed. I mean, that's just like, I'm flabbergasted here. It's like awesome energy to like live your life by. You've got something really going on with you, Aquarius, and I'm so proud of you, but I'm very, very happy and excited for you too. So whatever, it's always up to you. So whatever you do it with the mind that says, when I sit on my deathbed and I look back, am I going to say, dang, I should have taken that opportunity, or am I going to say, I'm sure glad I tried it? Okay, even if you fail, at least you tried it. But there's no failing in this energy right here with whatever it is you're facing right now. And then the next thing that you're going to be facing something again while you're getting close to finishing whatever it is, achieving whatever it is that you're needing to stop standing at a crossroads for right now. Something else is on its way as well. So big magic, big magician and magnetic energy, that when you put yourself in leadership energy of achieving, that's a magnet, that you then attract other things to you that match that kind of energy, that says, okay, I'm even bigger energy. You might be working on something that's a $10 million project, as opposed to where maybe you ever only worked on a project that's like $500,000 or something. Now, because you've mastered so much, you're this bigger magnet of success. So you've got to attract things to you that are going to even challenge you more, because it's bigger energy. You become bigger energy. And if you don't take the challenge, you kind of shrink your energy back. And then all you can do is hope for the best of whatever that energy matches you, kind of building your energy back up again, if you do go the distance with that, right? But if you're just going to shrink back and stay there, like in your armchair, then that's the level of, that's what you'll be attracting. Always. We're constantly attracting. There's nothing we can do about that other than to die. But we're constantly attracting. So do we want to attract small, or do we want to attract big? Or just mediocre, in the middle, somewhere. Up to you. Take care. Bye for now.